Hello, I'm Neil Quigley and welcome to my podcast. A group of MPs gathered outside the Houses of Parliament to hear Big Ben's last regular bongs for 4 years. It's not the first time politicians have got together to listen to a bell end, and with the yearly political conferences coming up, it won't be the last. The government have said that calories in cheap convenience food should be reduced. I have an alternative idea. Why not just sort out the economy so pay rises become a thing again and we can all eat hummus, avocados and caviar? Vince Cable has said the Liberal Democrats will keep pushing for the legalisation of cannabis. He's really keen on battling Labour for that student vote, isn't he? Not sure though the catchphrase chill out, be more liberal is actually a winner though. The government recorded a budget surplus in July for the first time in 15 years. Coincidentally, while the politicians were on holiday. How much are their expenses nowadays? An MP has suggested women-only train carriages. If they're as well observed as the quiet zones, they'll just be full of men anyway. Stephen Hawking has said he's worried about the state of the NHS. The Health Secretary responded by suggesting he look at the evidence, which you think might be something that had already occurred to a scientist who wrote The Brief History of Time, which, if you've not read it, explains the black hole vortex you encounter when you try to book an appointment with the receptionist to see your local doctor. President Macron has given his wife, who also used to be one of his school teachers, a role in his new government, but surprisingly, it's not the head of education for France. #awkward. You know what? If Donald Trump does start a nuclear war with North Korea, that wall he wants to build is going to offer very little protection. As a French fighter jet tracks a passenger plane heading to Birmingham, I'm thinking that they're overreacting slightly to the increasing number of arrests for people being drunk on planes and those rowdy stag and hen do's you get. A joke about the pound coin won the best one-liner joke at this year's Edinburgh Festival, and not surprisingly, it was not Brexit related, or if it was in euros, it would have been worth more. If GCSEs are being marked on a different structure this year, how can you really say if passes are up or down on last year? Teenagers should take the Sky Sports approach and pretend that GCSEs did not exist before this year, like Sky did with football before the Premier League. McDonald's staff look to go on strike over pay and working hours as they are worried they'll be living under arches rather than serving under them. Lidl have overtaken Waitrose to leap to 7th in the Supermarket League table, which, to explain that in football terms, is like when Leicester City beat Arsenal to the Premiership. The pound is now at an 8-year low against the euro, so currently it's now starting to resemble our current standing in the Eurovision Song Contest. Indian scientists say they can monitor the physiological health of an elephant by monitoring its poo. The more runny it is, the more scared it is, I guess. Mind you, I always feel less stressed and like a weight's been lifted from my mind when I do have a big dump, so maybe there is some truth in it. A woman was given a suspended sentence for sending a dead mouse in the post to a love rival in what is being described as the worst Godfather movie reboot ever. As more and more police forces start accepting dashcam footage as evidence for incidents on our roads, coupled with CCTV and mobile phone footage, it's starting to look like George Orwell was much better at predicting the future than Nostradamus. A new app is launching in northern China that lets anybody hire a personal bodyguard for as little as $10 an hour. Might make the weekly shop more fun if you hire one and then do it in your dark glasses. Elon Musk is among more than 100 leading robot experts who are urging the United Nations to take action in order to prevent the development of killer robots. Surely the former governor of California, Arnold Schwarzenegger, is the best man for this job. He has the inside information on this one. People over 40 are being urged to walk faster to stay fit and healthier, although as someone who spends a lot of time in London, I think people in their 20s should be made to walk faster and stop staring at their bloody phones. Wayne Rooney retires from international football as he now feels he has enough caps to cover his very expensive hair. A 12-year-old boy from North London won Channel 4's Child Genius show. In the final, Rahul's chosen subject was Edward Jenner's medical innovation and mythology in 18th century England. I'm suspecting his current hero is Monkman from University Challenge. Now, I'm sure his knowledge in this field will come in very useful in 10 years' time when he's trying to work out how to pay off his huge university debts. Anybody else concerned that Mark Wahlberg, Dwayne Johnson and Vin Diesel were the 3 highest paid actors last year? Thanks for listening. That's it for this week. Have a great 7 days. See you later. Bye.